Buckeyes are in shambles as Michigan recruiting flies to the moon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Big Ten Team Rivalry Show. I am Mackenzie, and we're not live tonight. So I apologize to everyone who came here thinking, hey, this is going to be a live show. I should probably watch that. We're not going live tonight. To be totally honest with you, we're exhausted from work, from our day jobs. And so we figured we'd take a night off because it's our show. What are you going to do about it? You going to cry? Don't be a Buckeye. Don't cry about it, okay? But it's true. Buckeyes are in absolute shambles all over the Twitterverse today because Michigan, according to Hayes Fawcett, is expecting no less than 4 commitments, 2 of which have already happened. Michigan picked up, I believe his name is Zion Robinson. I had it around here somewhere a second ago. But then they just picked up about 2 hours ago, 4-star offensive tackle Marky Walbridge has committed to Michigan. He tells on 3. A huge pickup there, so that shoots Michigan up the recruiting rankings. Let's see where they fall now. Oh, they're around here somewhere. Hang on. Oh, there they are down at number 15. Well, that's okay. 15. All right. At first blush, you might be like, hey, that's Jordan Peterson. I'm sorry. I just got super distracted. Look at this. This guy's name. Okay, 2026 recruiter rankings. Jordan Peterson's recruiting for Texas A&M, guys. I had no idea. Philosopher, psychologist, Texas A&M recruiting analyst, apparently. So there you go. Good job to Jordan Peterson. He's a man of many talents, apparently. Yeah, so number 15 for Michigan. I believe 2 of the commitments are still silent right now, so we don't know who they are just yet. I don't believe that they'll be included in this ranking. But, yeah, number 15. It's not bad. So Zion Robinson committed today. Titan Davis was a couple of days ago. This massive 4-star defensive line pickup. Obviously, a couple of recruits came early in April, but I thought it was really funny scrolling through the Twitterverse, seeing what people are saying about Michigan recruiting right now. You know, it's funny. Ohio State fans always like to give Michigan a whole bunch of crap for a bad recruiting class in April. What? It's April. I mean, signing day is not even early signing day at that. It's not even until December. So to me, it's like if Michigan's picking up recruits that aren't committing until later in the year or closer to signing day, that's because these recruits are doing their due diligence, right? They're just smart. The kids that commit early, that's not smart. And it's no wonder why most of them are committing to Ohio State. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, so Michigan has picked up some really big-time recruits, and Buckeyes are in absolute shambles over it. This is on the Marky Mark. We should probably start calling him that. That's pretty great. This is the Marky Mark post, because Marky Mark, Mark Wahlberg, he was a rapper. I'm not saying that as a pet name because that would be weird. Offensive tackle Marky Walbridge. This is on his post. All that to go 9-3 max, says Nick Bosa nationalist. All right. Nick Bosa nationalist. I don't know if you actually know what a nationalist is. Generally speaking, not great. Okay, in certain circumstances, there was this nationalist party that existed in the late 30s, early 40s in Germany. Not great people. I just need to throw that out there. All right, all just to go 9-3 max. Yeah, because Michigan definitely didn't go 12-0 in 2022, 11-1 in 2021, 12-0, 15-0 in 2023. And then, of course, in 2024, they went 7-5. Are any of those 9-3? I don't think so. So this guy's clearly an idiot. 12X national champs 2 months later, and we'll know. I don't know what that means. Omar Little, just to go 7-5. Dude, that was 1 year. All right? That was 1 year, and it was mostly because Jim Harbaugh took all of our staff and all our players graduated. B says 4-year postseason ban soon with the eyeballs. Dude, do you really think that Michigan's recruiting would take off like this if the hammer was actually coming? All right? Do you really think that would be happening with all of the leaks that have happened with the hammer situation up till this point? Do you really think that recruits, their parents, their agents maybe, I mean, do you think that any of that would actually be, any of them would be stopping or allowing their kids to sign with Michigan if the hammer was actually coming. This isn't scripted, so I'm saying a bunch of dumb crap that pops into my head. So you're a ridiculous person. Go Bucks 52-40. All that to go 7-5. Again, that was 1 year. You've got to be kidding me. All these Buckeye fans so mad. Bought, not developed. MKS Burner says bought, not developed. Yeah, I'm just going to scroll up and get that image out of here. Jeez. So we wanted NIL. Everyone wanted NIL. Everyone said, NIL, you got to have NIL because the players deserve it. Well, we've got it now. And with basically no rules. I mean, they're starting to put rules in place now with salary caps and stuff like that. But that's just where we are now. So what does it matter if they're bought, not developed? And also, the fact that they're bought as high school recruits doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to be developed over time either. So I think it's a fairly ridiculous thing to say, bought, not developed, as if that means anything. I mean, Ohio State's putting together NIL packages to get recruits in the door for them as well. Everybody's doing it. Everybody is doing it. Illinois, Brett Bielema is he suing or is he just accusing right now? I can't remember. I believe it was, oh my goodness, I can't remember who he's accusing. Actually, I should look that up real quick. Brett Bielema, sorry. I know I said that wrong on a show at one point. Yeah. Brett Bielema wonders if Georgia Kirby Smart tampered with Illinois running back Josh McCray after transfer signing. Illinois coach Brett Bielema, this is from Brad Crawford. Brett Bielema is puzzled after losing his top returning rusher Josh McCray to the transfer portal. McCray signed with Georgia, which was in need of immediate assistance in the backfield following Branson Robinson's transfer in April. Bielema wondered this week how McCray was on the Bulldogs' radar and made such a quick decision to transfer to the SEC program. Without saying it, Bielema implied Georgia's tampered to sign one of his best players. We did lose a guy to Georgia, Bielema said. Somehow he found his way to the portal, and 12 hours after being in the portal, he was on a flight to Georgia. I don't know how that happened, but it's crazy. One of the 10 transfers Georgia added, McCray signed with the Bulldogs in April at the end of spring practice. He has 1 year of eligibility in Athens and Georgia. I don't know why they had to make that distinction. And Georgia was the only school he visited after his portal entry. So, Bielema seemingly knew McCray sought to leave Illinois for his final season. I guess this is the thing. Did Georgia tamper? It's entirely possible, but this is NIL now. So first off, it's Georgia, not Illinois. Georgia, he's got a much better chance of winning an SEC championship or a conference championship and getting into the playoffs than he does at Illinois. I know some people have Illinois going to the CFP this year. I personally, I think the jury's still out. I'd love to see it. I think it would be really cool, but I think Michigan's going to be far improved. Ohio State is always incredible. Oregon's likely going to take a small dip, but they're not going to be like worse than Illinois. I mean, they're still going to be really good. So I don't understand how anyone would have Illinois in the CFP right now. So this kid's probably looking for a better opportunity. I mean, that aside, so what if it is money? This is where we're at right now. There are no rules. So when you say something like bought, not developed, that's a ridiculous thing because, one, everybody's doing it, and two, you kind of have to if you want to stay relevant. Anyway, so we'll just scroll right past that picture because that's creepy. Where the Buckeye crybabies. Yep, there they are. So Michigan recruiting is taking off. I mentioned at the top of the show that Michigan has the has the number 15 class. Normally, people would look at that number 15 and be like, hey, that's pretty low. What's going on? Especially since Illinois is sitting at number 12. That's actually really amazing. I know I just trashed Illinois for a little bit, and they're at 12, so good job, you guys. Ohio State, actually, this kind of feels low for Ohio State, amazingly enough. Didn't really expect to see Texas A&M and USC at the top there, but USC grabbing a whole bunch of 4 stars and all that. But Michigan's never needed a really high recruiting class to achieve 10-2. They got those higher recruiting classes. I know the J.J. McCarthy, Donovan Edwards recruiting class was a really good one. That was one that was a little bit higher. But this is the thing. I mean, if Michigan signs somewhere in the top 15 of a class, they're in a good spot because they are really good at development, believe it or not. I know a lot of Buckeyes would like to say that Michigan just buys their players and because Queen Jolene just gets them whoever they want. And if you don't know who Queen Jolene is, I think that was a thing that TJ Ronan coined. I can't remember I don't know off the top of my head if he coined that or not, but he keeps referring to Jolene. Jolene, I don't remember her last name. She's the wife of the CEO of Oracle, I think it is. And that CEO is a Michigan grad. So Queen Jolene, always tell her, I think he's the Michigan grad or she's the Michigan grad. I don't know. Somehow or another, one of them's a Michigan grad and they have a lot of money, obviously. And she always tells him to buy recruits for her. So, if that's how it works, that's how it works. So these different programs have boosters that are probably donating to the NIL fund because they want to see their schools play well or they want to bring in different players and all that. Ohio State's got it. The Big Ten's got a lot of money. USC's probably got a lot of money, especially with Hollywood being right there. Because USC has a really good film school. But that being said, if Michigan hits inside the top 15 with a recruiting class, I mean, they are really good at development still, much to the chagrin of most Buckeye fans. And this is why they're in shambles, is because Michigan doesn't need a top 5 class. They might not even need a top 10 class. They can have a 15 class, a number 15 class, and beat Ohio State and make it to the college football playoff. And frankly, they can win the national title, I think, with a top 15 class, as long as they get the right pieces and they have the right coaches. And so this season's going to be really interesting. I think next season's going to be really good for Michigan too, just because they'll have some of that recruiting class of this year a little bit more developed. And then these players that they've got coming in 26, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a good class. And it looks like Michigan's not even done yet. I mean, like I said, this Hayes Fawcett said that there are 4 incoming. And from what I understand, we don't have news on the rest of them just yet. Although we do have some Josh Simmons news. This kid is the closest thing I've seen to a Trent Williams. Just that next level strength and athleticism. Good for him. That's good now. Really, really like that for him. Anyway, so that's where Michigan is at with recruiting right now. Things are really lighting up. I guess I'll give a little bit of a hat tip to Jonathan Smith at Michigan State. Sounds like things are really starting to heat up for them a little bit too. I know they were down in the 50s and 60s at one point. But they've got a solid class coming in. I mean, 24 is probably a little bit lower than where they want, understandably so. But, Jonathan Smith, maybe he can pull a Mark D'Antonio and take all these 3-stars and turn them into a championship caliber team. I mean, they've got some pieces here. They've got some really good players that can come in and help turn things around. I know they got a pretty solid quarterback recruit coming in as well. So it'll be kind of interesting to see where they go. But that wasn't the point of this video. I just wanted to give them a little hat tip because I feel like sometimes I'm really mean to them. As well I should be. Because they suck. So Michigan, number 15 in the nation in terms of the 2026 recruiting class. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Do you think this is too low? Do you think it's going to go up? Are you concerned about it? What do you think they're going to do this season? Give me all of your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I always like to talk about how Buckeyes are in shambles. And if you don't subscribe, you're not going to see that. And we'll catch you next time on the Big Ten Team Rivalry Show.